Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Okay, part two of understanding Jawab and Qarar. You know the one thing that I forgot to mention about Jawab? So Jawab is going higher in pitch, but it's not yelling. I don't know, maybe this is controversial, maybe it's not, but I don't understand sometimes why some reciters are shouting when they go high, right? So if you think of going up in pitch, it's not the same thing. This is something I teach in my, this comes up, probably in like the introductory lesson of my overnight Qari course. The idea between going up in pitch versus going up in loudness. So if I say, and I'll do it purposefully quiet so you can understand, so you can kind of see the concept. If I say, okay, and if I do it at a regular volume, you'll see that I'm going up in pitch, but I'm not shouting in volume, right? Versus that sort of sound, which is like a kind of a shouting sound. I mean, maybe it works for some people, and maybe I personally, sometimes I'm listening to recitation, I don't understand, like you should be go up in pitch, right? Sometimes maybe some loudness for emphasis, but yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments if I'm on point here or off the track. I think some reciters shout and it's not quite necessary. So that's Jawab. Now, this video is level 2 understanding, okay? And let me give you an analogy, okay? You come to someone's house for dinner, okay? And they have this table spread, and there's like the rice and the meat and whatever, and then there's a bowl, and in it is like a white sauce, okay? Like a white, could say like a yogurt-based sauce or whatever, a white sauce, okay? Now, you might ask, what is this, okay? But when you ask, what is this? What are you actually asking? Are you asking what is it made of? Are you asking, okay, so the person says, okay, it's a sauce made with yogurt and it has, some cucumbers and tomatoes in it, okay? Now maybe you're already thinking of something, what I'm talking about, okay? So it's a yogurt-based thing and it has cucumbers and tomatoes and like different things in it. But is that what you're asking? Do you want to know what are its ingredients? More likely than not, what's actually more useful is to understand what you're supposed to do with it, right? Are you supposed to drizzle it on your rice when you're eating? Are you supposed to take a roti and dip it and eat it? Are you supposed to take a spoon and eat it like a soup, right? Right? And if you don't, I'm talking specifically about a type of sauce that you put on the rice. So now I'm laughing because if somebody eats that with a spoon, you're missing the purpose of what it actually is, right? So the question is not what is, in the case of Jawab and Qarar. Jawab and Qarar are not about a specific note per se. Okay, Qarar is, even if I said Qarar is like this area 1 to 4, and that's what it is. That's not actually what Jawab and Qarar is, and that's why I want to share with you this kind of level 2 understanding. And one of the secrets, if you want to put it, is in the name. I kind of gave an explanation of the word Qarar. Jawab means, فَمَا كَانَ جَوَابَ قَوْمِهِ إِلَّا أَنْ قَالُوا, right? So the people of Lut alayhi salam, they're what? Their jawab, they were shouting. No, they weren't shouting. Their response is basically get out from here, whatever So jawab refers to a response. So what does that mean? How does response have to do with going high? Okay, what are you responding to actually? In the case of recitation, what it refers to is either something like a response, or you could say like a rebuttal or a retort, or some sort of a back and forth where you have some sort of like a contrast being created, right? So Jawab and Qarar actually refer to, like when we say Jawab and Qarar, we're referring to a function or a usage rather than the recipe itself. So it's kind of like you have this yogurt thing on the table, on the spread, and the correct answer is, this is a sauce to put on your rice, right? Maybe if the rice is spicy, now this is like a cooling kind of yogurt, which is contrast of flavor, right? As opposed to this is, as opposed to you taking that thing and eating it with a spoon or dipping your roti in it or something, which is not like what the purpose of it actually is, okay? Let me give you an example of this. So for example, right at the beginning, second page of Baqarah, we have, for example, I'll give you a demonstration, and you can see it in action. Okay, you can see it in action. So if we start bayati, let's say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Let's say, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Right? What is there? There is a back and forth. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, when we say to them, or when it is said to them, لَا تُفْسِدُوا, don't create fasad or corruption, violence and killing, whatever, in the earth. They say, surely we are only the peacemakers, right? Rather, you see that's like this, rather is there. أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ, rather it is they who are these like troublemakers, or we have another word. They're the ones who are creating terror on earth, to use that word, while they're unaware of that, right? وَإِذَا قِيلَ So again, now I'm going into the middle of bayati, but still coming back down to the bottom. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ قَالُوا أَنُؤْمِنُ كَمَا آمَنَ السُّفَهَاءُ أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ السُّفَهَاءُ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Again, when you say to them, believe, right? They're like, are we going to believe like the foolish people believe? Rather, أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ السُّفَهَاءُ, rather it is they who are the foolish ones, right? So you see how by going higher there is a function. There's a purpose, and there's meaning it's not just, okay, Jawab is going high to this higher area of the maqam, but it's what is the point of it, right? So in this way, now when I read the ayah this way, it creates a not even contrast is the right word, but hopefully you understand what I mean. It's like there's a back and forth. When you say to them, believe, they say, are we going to believe like these foolish people? Now the response to that is, rather, they are the ones who are actually the foolish people, right? And this comes like all over the Quran. Just yesterday, I was with a student. We were reciting from Surah Isra. And it could go different maqamat, right? Hijaz, for example. So I'm at the bottom of the maqam. Okay? The qarar of Hijaz. The bottom area. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا وأن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما. So again, if you understand the ayat, we're creating a contrast, right? So the going higher isn't just the higher area of the maqam, and that's all it is, but it's a usage-based thing, right? Look it up. Second page of Surah Al-Isra, like the second ayah on the page, or second ayah on the page. إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, right? So there's glad tidings for the believers, and then also a warning for the disbelievers, right? وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا وَأَنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ أَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا. So there's good news for those who believe, right? And then there is a promise, a bad promise, for those who disbelieve. So you see how now going high and going low, it's not just about, okay, this is the scale of the maqam, we're going to go up and down, going up, down randomly, but, and this is for me, and this I hope comes out in my teaching as well, that maqamat is like fundamentally, and forget about maqamat, the Quran fundamentally is its message, right? And its meaning. So now if we say we're beautifying the recitation of the Quran, then it's not just about going up or down randomly, right? But the whole point of kind of doing these sorts of things is the idea of conveying the meaning, or you honestly being kind of drawn into the meaning and creating this, as a reciter, like this immersion into the meaning, right? So when there is this contrast in the Quran, when there is this back and forth, right? Rather it is rather it is they who are the foolish ones, right? Then that statement itself is like an emphatic statement, and you as the reciter, by going to that higher portion in the maqam, are drawing out or not creating, the emphasis is already there, right? You are drawing on that emphasis and conveying that through your tilawah. I hope you found this beneficial. If you did, please, again, any comment or subscription or thumbs up, whatever, or share with a friend. These things benefit the channel, and bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, more to come. If you have any questions, whatever, please, drop a comment and let me know, whether about this idea, Jawab Qarar, or other stuff in maqamat. I'll try to do more videos and keep them coming. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.